So I started this piece of work, I said on stage 12 years ago, but actually what prompted us to start looking at it again was Myanmar. So we were talking to activists, journalists in Myanmar in February 2021 when the military took over overnight. And what they did is people started coming out into the streets, was suddenly shut the internet off. And it was just startlingly like what we'd seen 11 years before in Cairo and Tahrir Square, when the government simply just turned the internet off as a way to stop dissent, to stop people organizing. And started looking at this and going, how is it that so long on, when we knew this was a threat, has nothing changed? And the answer is not only has nothing changed, it's got worse. Because as well as the capacity that governments have to be able to turn the kind of fundamental infrastructure of what we use to communicate off, they also have these subtle tools. They have the ability to censor at an intricate level the things, the conversations that we're having, publications that we're reading, the organizations that we're creating. And so we started investigating this and looking into not just who is doing it at a kind of state level, but who are the companies that are enabling it? Because so much of this is being done at the telecoms level. It's been done by tech companies who offer these services to countries well outside of what you expect a company based in Canada or based in the US or based in Israel would do. So that's when we started looking, and we started finding deeper and deeper and deeper concerns about the fundamental infrastructure that we've come to kind of assume will be there forever, that will allow us to communicate and to do our jobs as journalists, but also as civil society and as kind of a political body. So I try really hard to be optimistic, but it's very difficult. Because fundamentally, a lot of this stuff comes down to resources. So some of the work that we did looked at how wealthy people can use some of the sort of tricks that exist in the back end of the internet to be able to erase stories. They pay millions of dollars to make that happen. We looked at denial of service attacks, which can be bought on the internet, but they cost money. One of the things we investigated was costing hundreds of thousands of dollars a week to bring down websites run by NGOs whose entire annual funding was a fraction of that money. So the fundamental problem is one of resources. Journalists have a diminishing pool of resources to defend themselves and to do their work, whereas the forces arrayed against us have enormous amounts of resources. So the future is challenging, and it's being made more challenging as technology advances. Solidarity is the only way we're going to get through it. And I think increasingly we're seeing that awards are being given to large coalitions of journalists from around the world. And one of the things that I think has been incredible here is meeting journalists, sitting with them, journalists from Bosnia-Herzegovina, from Germany, from the Congo, and saying, well, what's happening here is happening there. We can work together on this. And I think that is happening. It's been happening for a while, but anything that accelerates that is just a great thing.